Hello, dear viewers, and a heartfelt welcome back to our channel, a place where we pull back the palace curtains to bring you the most intriguing, emotional, and at times, eye-opening stories from the world of the British royal family. Today, we're delving into a moment of reckoning for the House of Windsor, a chapter that is not just about crowns and ceremonies, but about the human cost of carrying the world's most storied legacy on your shoulders. A family at the breaking point. Recent weeks have seen the royal family tested as rarely before. Prince William and Princess Catherine, the couple often hailed as the future of the monarchy, now find themselves at a crossroads, a place where public expectation and personal need have come into sharp and painful conflict. For years, their picture-perfect appearances and unwavering sense of duty have reassured a nation hungry for stability and hope. But behind the palace gates, the reality has grown far more complicated. Insiders are whispering what was once unthinkable: William and Catherine are, in the words of one royal confidant, utterly exhausted. And the reason is heartbreakingly simple: they have spent the last year living at full tilt, balancing impossible demands, sacrificing private happiness for public responsibility. The Queen-in-Waiting and her steadfast prince have given their all, but even the strongest hearts and happiest faces have limits. Crisis upon crisis. It all began with an announcement that sent shockwaves across the world. The Princess of Wales, beloved Catherine, had been diagnosed with cancer. Overnight, a family that had always seemed untouchable became vulnerable, exposed, and suddenly mortal. The palace was tight-lipped, releasing only the most essential updates, but behind the scenes, the pressure mounted. Catherine underwent major abdominal surgery in January, followed by a grueling course of preventative chemotherapy. 4 months, she vanished from the public eye, leaving a void that no statement or spokesperson could fill. William, in his role as both husband and future king, found himself tested in ways few could imagine. He stepped up, taking on an expanded schedule of public duties, making appearances without Catherine at his side, a sight that stirred concern in even the most casual royal observers. The stoic face he presented to the world masked private anguish, worry, and an overwhelming sense of responsibility. "He just got on with it," said a palace insider. "It's what had to be done." But it took a huge toll. The cost of duty. Throughout Catherine's illness, the weight of the monarchy fell ever more heavily on William's shoulders. As King Charles also began his own battle with cancer, the family's usual web of support frayed at the edges. William became the public anchor, the one steady hand steering the ship through stormy waters. He was not just a prince or a husband, but a son, a father, and the de facto leader of the Windsors during their darkest hour. Yet as the weeks passed, the toll became clear. The ever-present flash of cameras, the endless speculation in the press, the constant demand for updates, it all added to the strain. Loyalists grew concerned. Staffers saw the fatigue in William's eyes. Even Charles, usually reserved and focused on duty, recognized the dangers. According to royal sources, the king doesn't want to see William burn out, and he certainly doesn't want to overload Catherine when she's still fragile. A new royal philosophy: health over duty. At last, the couple has been given what they needed most: time. After heart-to-heart talks with his ailing father, William has received full permission from King Charles to step back, to slow down, and to prioritize his wife's recovery over everything else. This isn't just a break, it's a new royal philosophy, a sign that the monarchy itself is learning to bend, to adapt, to show the same vulnerability its people face every day. For Catherine, this moment is both a relief and a revelation. Her recent absence from Royal Ascot, at first explained away as a guest list mishap, now appears to have been a deliberate act of self-care. She is no longer forcing herself to keep up with the old schedule. Instead, she's balancing her recovery from cancer with her royal duties, focusing on health and family. Palace sources confirm that the princess will be setting her own boundaries for the foreseeable future, with William as her most loyal protector. A different kind of summer. What does the future hold for this most watched couple? For now, it means reclaiming the ordinary joys so often denied them. Sources close to the family say William and Catherine are planning long walks together, romantic dinners, time with their children, and even a return to the Seychelles, the site of their honeymoon, and a place full of sweet memories and gentle sea breezes. Their family holidays to Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly are also being mapped out, offering a rare chance to recharge away from the constant gaze of the world. These moments, once routine, now feel precious, a second chance to save a life, to celebrate survival, and to find joy in togetherness after a year shadowed by loss and fear. King Charles, father and monarch. Meanwhile, King Charles continues his own journey of resilience. Despite ongoing chemotherapy, the monarch remains publicly active, most recently undertaking a 2-day state visit to Canada. Palace aides say the king just manages his illness as best he can, a quiet reminder that even the greatest institutions rely, ultimately, on the health of their human leaders. Charles's decision to allow William and Catherine a break is not just pragmatic, it's deeply personal. Having faced cancer himself, the king understands the unpredictable rhythms of recovery, the emotional upheaval, and the urgent need to protect the ones we love. His gesture is both a royal command and a father's act of mercy. The human side of the monarchy. This rare behind-the-scenes glimpse reveals something profound. The Windsors, for all their pomp and privilege, are a family just like any other, vulnerable to the storms of fate. Their story of illness, survival, worry, and resilience echoes the struggles of countless families across the world. And in choosing to step back, to heal, and to place health above ceremony, William and Catherine are showing what true leadership looks like in the modern age. Fans, meanwhile, have rallied around them. Social media is flooded with messages of support, cards, gifts, and prayers. In a world hungry for reassurance, the sight of William and Catherine prioritizing each other is a balm, a lesson, and a source of hope. What comes next? Royal insiders say that while William and Catherine won't go overboard, they are keen to pull back a little, focusing more on family than on photo ops. The Princess of Wales, once again in the public eye, is expected to choose her appearances carefully, with a renewed emphasis on online work and remote support for her charities. The public, it seems, is ready to accept this change, understanding that the real crown is the health and happiness of the family itself. And so, as the monarchy continues to evolve, it does so with a new sense of humility and heart, a willingness to admit that even the most regal among us sometimes need to pause, to breathe, and to put love first. In a world that so often demands more, perhaps the greatest act of royal courage is knowing when to say enough. But even as William and Catherine attempt to carve out this much-needed sanctuary for themselves, the pressure from the outside world is relentless. Every move, every absence, every candid photograph is dissected by the press and public alike, fueling endless speculation about the health of the monarchy itself. In chat rooms, on talk shows, and across social media, fans and critics debate whether the new family-first approach marks the dawn of a more human monarchy or is a sign of weakness amid turbulent times. The whispers are persistent. Can a royal family so battered by illness and internal crisis still serve as the nation's emotional anchor?